Hey everyone! This is part 2 of our essay, The Mechanism of Sentiments, aimed at exploring the interplay of neurobiological diversity and subjective experience in aesthetic perception. In order to investigate how neurobiological variability and psychosocial individuality shape the translation of sensory input into subjective emotional responses to art, we simulated the following experiment. 10 individuals viewed a painting depicting two agricultural workers engrossed in inspecting crops under a dusk sky, unaware of a meteor streaking above them. Afterwards, they provided written and verbal descriptions of their feelings, thoughts, and interpretations. As we have already noted, the individuals selected for the experiment were rigorously matched for demographic, cultural, and educational homogeneity. Could this cause their narratives to converge? Could this bring their emotional nuances closer together when translating sensory input into feelings? Well, in our simulated experiment, the participants produced 10 distinct narratives, reflecting both shared thematic elements and idiosyncratic emotional nuances. Their narratives converged when they described the meteor, which universally evokes notions of transience, cosmic insignificance, or existential awe due to its symbolic potency. The workers' earthbound focus elicited reflections on duty, routine, or human myopia. The divergent emotional nuances were due to 3 separate factors. Neurobiological factors caused a participant with heightened amygdala reactivity to emphasize anxiety or foreboding, whereas a participant with strong prefrontal cortex engagement framed the scene through analytical detachment, according to which, the worker's attitude illustrates humanity's ignorance of larger threats. Psychosocial factors were made obvious when a trauma survivor projected vulnerability onto the workers. They're oblivious to impending disaster, like I was, whereas a participant with high self-esteem interpreted the meteor as inspiration. It's a reminder to aim higher. Articulation challenge factors emerged when some participants struggled to verbalize their feelings, revealing gaps between raw sensory data and cognitive translation. For example, I felt something I can't describe. In a few statements, language itself acted as a filter, with culturally acquired metaphors like the weight of the world, shaping expression even in homogenized groups. Here's what we learned from the experiment. While the painting's objective features created a common scaffold for interpretation, the interplay of neurobiological uniqueness and lived experience fragmented responses into a spectrum of subjective meanings. This supports the hypothesis that feeling is not a direct translation of sensory input, but a constructed narrative shaped by the brain's architecture and the self's history. Sentiment is neither purely universal nor entirely relative. It emerges at the intersection of shared human neurobiology and irreducibly personal identity. Quore AI wishes you the most positive responses to art and other beauties of life. Peace.